It's 2026. What is up, everyone?
Oh,
I'm
all the
trying to
fun stuff.
figure.
A lot
So,
of shit. A lot.
yeah, a lot
Plan,
of shit, right?
planning.
I have been doing that all weekend long. I'm trying
Hey,
to figure out why StreamYard will not stream to Facebook right now.
I was
This is
just
not
gonna
good.
point that out. I was like, what?
I don't know what's going on. It's not going to make me happy if I can't get to Facebook. But it is 2026. It is a new year. And with Unturned Pages, we are kicking off with several weeks of special guests that will be at Obscura Paracon in DeKalb, Illinois on March 21st and 22nd. So tonight we are kicking off with one of our first guests. But in the meantime, before we bring the guests up, we will go through our special announcements here. Our sponsors, Small Towns Productions with Larry Eisler, Portals and Pathways podcast with Brady Goebel. He is our January and February sponsor, so please go out and support him and his podcast. And it is on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Central. And then we have Reaper Paranormal out of Minnesota. We have the Obscura Paracon, and then Breaking Faith to release dark arts and oddities. So please go out and support all of our sponsors. We would appreciate that. Flash sale on canvas prints of my photography is up on sale until Friday. So if you are interested in getting any of my photography on canvas prints, prices are there. Just message me on Facebook and we will get you all set up. If you need it shipped, we will add that shipping fee onto your total. But everybody who ordered it for Christmas and everything has loved the photography. So I'm super happy and super proud for that. This weekend, if you're local to Minnesota, you can come and see me, Brady Goebel, Doug Sivers, and a bunch of other paranormal people from Minnesota at the historic Anderson House Hotel. It is the oldest hotel in Minnesota, and they have a small Paracon happening on Saturday. $5 admissions gets you into the vendors and the speakers. So come out and see us.
That's cheap.
Then it is. It is really good. And it's at one of the most historical locations in Minnesota. And it's haunted. So I will be investigating on Friday there. I'm super excited to check that place out.
Dave
And
Schrader will
then,
be there, right?
huh?
Dave Schrader will be there, right?
No.
No.
No. This one's like a smaller, like non-celebrity thing. It's more like getting Minnesota paranormal investigators together just to hang out, collab, connect, network, and then you have the vendors as well.
Nice.
The main event coming up very soon, I can't believe it's about 3 months away, is the Obscura Paracon that myself and Willie Atkins are co-hosting. It is March 21st and 22nd in DeKalb, Illinois at the Orchard Hall, which is a very historical and haunted castle in DeKalb. And it is going to be amazing. We have Josh Purvis, we have Dave Schrader, we have our guest tonight, Barnaby Jones, we have Amelia Carter, Robin Terry from Ashmore Estates coming, Sam Beltristas will be there, and amazing other guests will be there as well. So I'm super excited. Chris Fleming will be there. You know, Chris has been sick for the last year and a half. Hasn't been really doing a lot of events. So he's coming out to this event to kick off 2026, which I'm super excited about. He'll be hosting a workshop and a lecture. Our guest tonight will be hosting a lecture as well, and having a vendor booth there as well. But if you're local to Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, Minnesota, Wisconsin, please come out to this event. It's very cheap to get in. It's $15 a day or $25 for the weekend. So please put that on your calendar, and we will hope to see you there. And then we have an after-hours investigation at the Egyptian Theater in town, which is very historical and very haunted, I've heard. So I'm super excited to check that place out. And then we will start bringing our guests in. Tonight we have Barnaby Jones, who is a cryptozoologist, paranormal investigator. He researches everything and anything really at this point. So I'm super excited to have him on tonight. Hello.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Doing well. Doing well. Happy 2026.
It's weird to say that. I'm not used to saying 2026 yet.
I know. The other day, I was like, wait a minute. What year am I in? Am I still in 2025? I can't remember.
Everybody will be correcting their papers every time that they go on.
Right.
I'm just typing in
People
another year.
are
Wait a minute.
To do.
2026.
Let's see here.
It's funny.
We have Louis in the chat. He also is hosting an event at Broadhead this year in June. So come out and support that. Is I think June 5th or 6th at Broadhead Manor. So that
What up,
would be
Tom?
amazing. Tom's in the chat.
Oh, we love you, Tom.
What's up, guys? Hey, Tom.
Was that before or after you failed at finding eggnog? Probably before.
Oh.
He's talking to you.
Yeah. I never did get my eggnog, but the other day I was at Jewel, our local grocery store, and I seen that they had quarts of eggnog there. But then I was like, for $5, I'll pass. It's not even the holiday anymore. I'll get it this year.
You're like, no, I'm good.
I'm good.
Or you can learn to make it homemade.
I just like it straight out from I never had a homemade eggnog. It'd probably get you like sick or something, wouldn't it?
Not if you make it right.
Bro. Anyway, I'd be like Rocky Balboa drinking fucking raw eggs.
I was gonna say $5 for a quart of eggnog is pretty cheap. Up here they were $7-8. So
Wow.
Wow. Not Kemp's, it's the other one. Kemp's. It was Kemp's.
Oh,
Because I like Dean's eggnog, and I didn't find any of that this year. But the Kemp's quarts of it were
$8.
$7,
That's
$7-8.
wow. Yeah.
Highway robbery right there. That's a sad day for all the eggnog in Wisconsin.
That's funny.
I'll tell you, don't feel bad not finding it either, because I had a hard time finding mine. It usually is in the fridge with all the milk and juice and stuff like that. And it wasn't. Right. It was in the middle aisle in one of the little coolers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're trying to hide it because they're trying to keep it for the associates themselves.
That's funny.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Barnaby.
Sure. So I am Barnaby Jones. I am the founder and lead investigator for Cryptids, Anomalies, and the Paranormal Society. We are based in Wisconsin, and we travel all over the United States, Wisconsin, beyond, investigating everything from cryptids, anomalies, paranormal. So any Bigfoot, any UFOs, paranormal, ghosts, you name it. We do private home investigations. We do, Bigfoot research out in the woods. We've gone all over for all of this stuff. Each member of our team specializes in a different area of research. So when we go out on these investigations, we follow what we find. So if we get a Bigfoot report in the woods, we don't necessarily go out and look for Bigfoot. We go out in the woods to investigate what's going on there, because a lot of the times there's a lot more going on than just what was reported. So it's very valuable to have different members of the team with different backgrounds and different areas of research that can go in and look at different phenomenon from those different modalities and stuff, that you are able to bring that all into one project.
So where did it start for you? Was it the cryptids, the anomalies, the paranormal, or everything all at once?
So I've always been interested in cryptids. I've big fan of the chupacabra research and stuff. I did a whole research paper in elementary school when that was going on. So that's how long I've been interested in the subject, and everything from Stonehenge and the Egypt and all that stuff, the Bermuda Triangle. I was doing, unfortunately, though, I hadn't delved as deep into this as I should have at the time, because I didn't realize that, Bigfoot was right here in Wisconsin, in the Midwest, in pretty much every state in the United States and every country around the world. I was thinking these things were just Pacific Northwest. And so I focused more on the paranormal growing up through high school and stuff like that. And then I ended up owning a haunted house attraction that was in a legitimate haunted building. And I had a lot of experiences in that place, from seeing shadow figures to hearing voices, hearing footsteps on the gravel floor and stuff in that. And all of my actors and stuff have their own experiences from the building. And we got our first like EVP recorded in that building. And after that, in 2019, I got the chance to go up to Upper Michigan to a place that was called the Hayden Adventure. And it was 3 trail camera photos were captured on this property, and the middle one contained what some believe is a Bigfoot. So the owner, Craig Salk, sent this photo into Finding Bigfoot. They came out, did an investigation of the property, and so people wanted to see the evidence, see where it happened. So Craig opened up the property as kind of like this tourist place for people to come, share their stories, see the evidence and everything that was captured there. And myself and my mom went up there just kind of for fun in 2019. And talked to Craig and found out that these things are right here in the Midwest, right here in Upper Michigan, Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. And he talked about his convention that he was doing and had Linda Godfrey, the author of all the Beast of Bray Road books and all of that stuff. I started reading her books, which led us to a specific piece of land down in Burlington, Wisconsin. And it's the Burlington Woods. And so this area was supposed to have literally everything from paranormal to UFOs to fairies to Bigfoot sightings, Dogman. It's right by the Beast of Bray Road, right outside of Elkhorn, about 20 minutes away. And I thought, well, if you're going to start looking for something, this seems like the place to find almost anything. So me and my friend that did paranormal research, Derek, at the time, went down there, and we got there late, so we didn't want to go in the woods at night, not knowing anything about it or anything. So we just parked in the parking lot, and we heard this large thing coming through the woods towards us. And I ended up shining my light along the tree line, and something was like looking out of the branches and stepped back, and the branch flew up like to cover where it was standing.
Oh, wow.
So we didn't know what the heck this thing was. We didn't see it or nothing, but something was standing there looking out at us. So we went home. A couple weeks later, I got a whole group together of my mom, a couple coworkers and stuff, and we went down there to look into this. And right where we had seen this branch fly up, we found 9-inch long barefoot humanoid tracks. So basically Bigfoot footprints in the woods, leading from that spot back into the woods. And so we went in there, we investigated the woods that day. We actually had what I believe is our first Bigfoot interaction. We had whistles going back and forth from one ridge line to the other of this area across a marsh. And a huge, massive branch ripped off a tree while we were in there. So we finished our daytime investigation, got out, and went back in at night. And I didn't have a video thermal yet at this time. I just had a photography one. Actually, it's laying over there. But so I got 3 pictures of what looks like the first one was a creature standing up and walking down the embankment of this ridge line. And then the third one is one standing behind a tree, kind of the head and the shoulder and a leg and an arm are sticking out. And then the rest of it is behind this tree. And it was just leaning back and forth behind this tree, like watching us. Having gone back, whatever this was about 10 feet away from us at the time. But it was such thick foliage and stuff that we couldn't see it. But it was right there on thermal. So that was our first experience.
Wow.
And
it sounded like there was 2 of them there then at the time.
Yeah, because when we were in there during the day, there was one whistling from the ridge that we were on. And then the other one where the branch broke on the other side of the marsh up on the other ridge would whistle in response and then just rip this branch down. So we
Wow.
finished up that investigation, and we're kind of like, man, we got to come back down here. So we spent several months from July through November of that year going down there almost every weekend and getting all this evidence and research and stuff. And then we were like, well, what do you do with this? So then we made this documentary about it and put it out on YouTube, and that's how Cryptids, Anomalies, and the Paranormal Society started.
Can you please share that documentary? How do you find that? What's the title?
Yeah, it's our first episode of Cap's Road Trip, season 1, episode 1, and it is on YouTube.com, and then
I'm
Wisconsin.
watching that shit tonight.
We've gone back several times since then. We have 4 episodes from the Burlington Woods down there. Everything we've interacted from paranormal. We saw a UFO. We had a black helicopter fly over us. We've had encounters with fairies down there. I mean, you name it. It literally lived up to its reputation. So
I would love to do something like that. Like, I've never done any Bigfoot investigations or been in the woods at night investigating, and I mean, that's a whole nother level.
Fairies too. You hear about fairies in the UK. The fairies are a big thing over in the UK. So to hear about them in Wisconsin near us, that's awesome. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So Louis is asking, there has been reports of Sasquatch in Kickapoo Valley Reserve. Have you researched there? It's right in my backyard if you ever need help.
I do that.
nice. No, I have not done there. I have been mostly Wisconsin and Upper Michigan for our research. We have also done Kentucky and Tennessee. My mom actually saw a road crossing when we were down in Kentucky, saw a big black Sasquatch walk across the road down there. I have done Colorado and Ohio and Michigan, lower Michigan, not upper Michigan, lower Michigan, a few other states, but we've been quite a few different areas in that.
So what about besides sightings, like in visual evidence of Sasquatch, have you ever found pieces of hair that is foreign to any animals that you would see in any of the areas that you've investigated Bigfoot?
Personally, we have not gathered any hair samples. We've gotten several footprint tracks up in the Rhinelander area. We've gotten tracks down in Burlington, Upper Michigan. We've found tracks and stuff. But the problem with tracks and stuff is it's very difficult to actually get a footprint that you can cast, because a lot of times in the woods there's a lot of leaf litter and stuff covering the ground, sticks and twigs, so you don't get those nice prints that are able to cast. You got to look for very marshy, watery areas or beaches or edges of the roadways and stuff like that. So it's very hard to actually find a castable track. We've gotten a lot of footprints in the ground and stuff where they're grass covered, where you can see the impressions made and you can follow the trackway, but they're not castable pretty much. So we've done that quite a bit, but other than that, not really much actual physical evidence as far as like hair samples or anything. A lot of audio of that nature.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say, when they don't they like scratch on trees, kind of like bears too and stuff, or like tap on the tree and
the wood knocks? Yeah, I haven't heard too much about them like scratching, leaving marks on trees like that. That's more of like a cat thing to scratch and leave marks, even bears, like you said. But
right.
not so much the Bigfoot creatures. It's a
tap on the wood knocking and stuff. You've heard that before?
Oh yes, yep. We've gotten call and response and stuff with wood knocks and that. So it could be, like you said, like wood knocks, smacking a tree with a stick. We've also had thoughts that it's like either clapping or mouth popping. One member of my team is actually, like clicking your tongue.
Yeah.
He's able to do this, and I have no idea how, but he clicks his tongue, and it is loud, like a wood knock. And we were, yes. I can't get mine to go that loud. And we're walking through the woods and we hear something coming towards us. Like, I thought I heard a wood knock. And then he clicked his tongue like that. And I'm like, stop. And we stood there. And he's like, what? Did you hear something? I'm like, no, just wait. And we actually got a wood knock response off of that.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And he's like, oh my God, I heard that. And I'm like, yeah.
It reminds me of like primate, Neanderthal, like how Neanderthals and primates back then, before we evolved, might communicate.
Mm-hmm. I had a bonobo researcher on my show. I do Monsters on the Edge every Monday, noon to 1 o'clock on the Untold Radio Network. And then I do the Paranormal Spectrum every Thursday. And there you go. Thank you. And I had a bonobo researcher from Iowa on there, and she talked about bonobos in relation to Bigfoot research and things that we think of when we talk about like wood knocks and stuff like that. And she said these bonobo creatures do what would be considered a wood knock, but they're beating on the roots of a tree with their hands.
Oh, wow.
And this sound actually sounds like drumming or a slapping of that, and it's used for long distance communication as well.
So what's bonobo?
A bonobo is a kind of, so you know what a chimpanzee is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Derek.
Bonobos are very similar to chimpanzees in physical appearance. Chimpanzees more have like a pinkish kind of face usually, where bonobos are black. So they're very similar to the appearance of a chimpanzee. For a long time, they were thought to be a subspecies of chimpanzee, but then they found out through DNA and stuff and where they live that they're a completely different species. So,
wow, that's pretty interesting.
Okay.
I know, like, going back to Bigfoot, up here in, like, my mom's friend was up in northern Minnesota, up by Grand Rapids, and her old property, she had acres. And we were up there one weekend, and there are known sightings of Bigfoot in her backyard and on her property. So one night we went out and did like the wood knockings and stuff, and we pretty sure, I don't know where the audio went, but we got like the wood knockings and everything back. But like this Bigfoot that roamed her property, like almost every night she would go out and do like knockings, and it would always respond. It was so cool. Mm-hmm. So I've done Bigfoot hunting once. I haven't done it again, but I've done it once. Maybe I'll do it again. But
Jenny, we need to go on an excursion. An excursion. We can call it an excursion.
Excursion.
Yeah.
So we're going to expand it to the cryptozoology. Okay.
Right. It's going to be like a safari, but in the middle of the woods in Wisconsin.
I know that Barnaby has an event in, I want to say May, that has a Bigfoot hunt that Larry Eisler.
Oh, really?
And
That's right.
I was listening to that earlier. Okay, so Larry's going to be doing part of like your nice.
Yep.
I saw that you posted that.
Yep, it is Wisconsin's Cryptids, Anomalies, and Paranormal Convention. It is Saturday, May 9th in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. That is, we have 2 speaker rooms. One is mostly all cryptids and creature event speakers, and then the second room is all UFOs, paranormal, and we actually have kids speakers. So not kids speaking, but shorter 30-minute presentations that are specifically tailored to kids. So how to get kids interested in these things of UFOs, research, cryptids, and folklore. So we have 3 different speakers that are going to be tailored to kids. The Friday before this event, we also have workshops throughout the day on Saturday, and we have vendors as well. So we have vendor speakers and workshops all on Saturday. Friday night before that, we are doing 2 Bigfoot expeditions. The first one is a 1-hour daytime hike that is with our kids presentation, kids presenters for kids to go out and Bigfoot for an hour in the daylight and just kind of give them, this is what to look for. Here's some, Q&A and stuff like that with some of our presenters as well. And then at night, we are doing the nighttime Bigfoot excursion that will be myself and Chris McCreary from the CAPS team, as well as Lauren Smith, who is doing the kids presentation and the kids hike. Ken Gerhard will be part of this, as well as Larry Eisler and I forget his name, Jay Bachochin. I had him, I didn't want to think of him.
You're like, who else am I forgetting?
Yep. I'm trying to go across the poster, and yeah. So
Right.
So that's the Friday. So that's like May 8th.
Yeah.
correct, May 8th, and
Nice.
it starts at I think 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. It's at night. So the 5 o'clock is the kids one, and then the other one is later at night. So, and they will be in mid Wisconsin. We don't want to give away where we're going, but both the hikes are the same location, and they are very active for Bigfoot and stuff in the past. So
I might have to come out.
Do you have any members of MUFON that's going to be there at your
That's what I'm saying,
event
Tom.
also?
we don't have a MUFON director for Wisconsin right now.
Oh, really?
There is
Oh.
one MUFON director that is kind of covering several states. So there's a Minnesota MUFON director and there's an Illinois MUFON director, but there is not a Wisconsin one at this time, or at least the last time that I was aware. So I have met both the Minnesota and Chicago representatives, and they've told me about this. So, but
Well,
yeah,
Barnaby is going to be the next MUFON director for
Next
Wisconsin.
I thought about it, but I have enough stuff
It's a
on my
lot of
plate
work.
this time.
I may have to come out for that.
Bigfoot. Me and Tom are going to get Bigfoot. Me and Tom.
Do you
Oh,
still
yeah.
have
Right next to
vending
me.
spots for your event left?
Say
Or
that
no?
again, Jenny. You cut out.
Hold on.
We still have tickets available for all this stuff right now. Tickets just went on sale January 1st for the entire event. We have VIP tickets because the general admission is $40 right now, or $50 at the door, and kids tickets are cheaper. But then you can also get the workshops are a special additional fee because you get things and stuff with them and different stuff like that. And you can purchase limited VIP tickets that get you into all the workshops, and you also get a virtual ticket. So any of the presentations that you missed, you can watch later with a link.
Wow.
You can just purchase anywhere that you are. You can also get a virtual ticket. We are not live streaming this year because we have 2 speaker rooms. So it's difficult to stream the 2 on the same platform. So we're just going to record everything and upload it after the event. But you will get access to all that, not the workshops, but the presentations. But the hikes are limited. We don't want to bring 1,000 people out in the woods to look for Bigfoot. You're not going to get any results. So we usually take 2 groups out. We split the group leaders into 2, and then we'll take you out in groups of about, I think, 10 to 15 people. So I think there's 30 spots available for the Bigfoot expeditions. And I think the kids one is also either 20 or 30. So
Sweet. Well, count me and Tom in because we want to. Tom, if you're listening, we're getting up there and we're going to get us a Bigfoot.
there you go.
We're going to have to hurry on back then from Booze on the Battleship if you're going to make that one too.
Oh,
Hold
on. That's May 6th?
May 9th, May 8th and May 9th.
May 8th. I'll be
May
here.
8th is the hike. May 9th is the convention.
It's going to be a loaded week. I'm going to be in North Carolina hunting Battleship, and then Wisconsin, and 4 days after that,
Hunting for cheese
Bigfoot.
curds.
Yes. Oh, that's funny. We go from Battleship to cheese curds in about a week. Oh,
Cheese curds are a lot easier to find than the other stuff, though, I'll tell you that.
Right. Very much easier to find, especially in Wisconsin.
Yep.
But my
Yeah.
question do you still have vendor spots?
Oh, yes. Yep. Yes, we do. We're about halfway full for our vendor spots. They are $75 for 1 booth, and you get a 6-foot table and 2 chairs. So
Okay. I might have to
Nice.
do that.
you can email us
I
at
think-
Wisconsin, spelled out the whole state, Wisconsin, CAPS, Wisconsin Caps at gmail.com, and we will get you the information on that if you're interested, or anybody
Will
else.
I
there
will
be
definitely
any
do.
more excursions after this? Like, do you guys do events throughout the year?
We do paranormal stuff. We have a haunted gentleman's club here in Wisconsin that we run tours at. And
Okay.
every single tour that we've run there, we have had activity. It is very active. We have several spirits
Haunted
there.
Gentleman
Yes.
is That like what I'm thinking of is a gentleman's
Yes,
club.
Eric.
Oh my God, Dad,
Oh.
yes.
Those
Yes,
boobies.
it is.
A hot titty bar. I mean,
Yes.
Wow.
Yo, Tom, if you're listening, your calling is upon this place.
It's time to get another capture on the SLX on another ghost lap dance.
Right? The ghost lap dance. That
Somebody
was fun.
caught a ghost twerking on stage the one time.
Twerking. Yes. That is hilarious.
I like it.
I'd be like,
That's crazy.
Okay, what's it called? What's it called, and how much is it to go out there? Where is it at?
So the Spirits of Macville tour is in Macville, Wisconsin. It is just outside of Appleton. It is at the Bean Snappers Gentlemen's Club. You can get information on that at hauntedbeansnappers.com. And that's not going to show because it's green screen, but it's Bean Snappers. There you go.
You said, what is it called again? The
Bean Snappers.
building. What's the building called again?
Bean Snappers. Yeah.
Bean Snappers.
No, not the website.
Oh, the
Haunted
building.
Bean Snappers. Yeah.
Haunted Bean Snappers.
Yeah.
hauntedbeansnappers.com. You can get all the information, the history of it, some evidence, all that on there. We also have on our YouTube channel Spirits of Macville series, and that is all the history of it, interviews with people, and just it goes, each episode is all the interviews from the people that work there, all the people that have investigated it, and different stuff, and that continues on as the different stuff that we've captured in that there.
So they're really putting the Mac down in Maxville, huh?
Sorry.
Oh, yep. It's a really interesting
I
place.
like it. That's awesome. Gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, I know where Appleton is. Yeah,
I
Tom.
definitely want to check that out. Yeah. So
Dude,
what
I
is
gotta get there.
what is the strangest account that you've explored with Bigfoot or the paranormal? What's the craziest thing you have found or seen?
Well, the most insane thing that I've experienced is I was talking earlier about I used to own a haunted house in a haunted building, and when we were setting this up, I was setting up a swamp scene, and there's a big waterfall and a bunch of fake trees and stuff, and then these big styrofoam blocks around the waterfall with like ferns and stuff stuck into it so that it looked like a swamp.
Yeah.
And when we were still setting it up, I was doing the scenic lighting, the little pin lights and stuff in there to scenically light it. And I was there by myself one night, and one of the big 6-foot trees started like gently bobbing like this, one of the branches. And there's no wind in this place. There's 8-foot walls, there's no air movement. It's hotter than hell out there in the summer. And I'm like, why is that branch moving? So I started walking over to it, and as I got just on the other side of this dock float away from it, the tree top just started to violently shake. And I took a step back, and the tree lifted up and flew across the path where I'd been standing.
Whoa.
That's that, and that was before I did caps, but that was the most intense thing that I've ever experienced. As far as strange, bizarre things, I've actually been to Skinwalker Ranch in Utah.
Oh, wow.
I've got to investigate the neighboring property, which is the UFO Valley Campground. And they take you on a UTV tour up on the mesa and show you like the points of interest and stuff up there because they own that. So they take you and tour that so that you're not trespassing on the property. So a lot of the neighbors got together and got sick of people trespassing, so they offered these tours and stuff up there. But I got to go there, and then I got to do an investigation from UFO Valley Campground, which is literally right at the corner of the mesa and the Skinwalker Ranch property. And I've also investigated Lee Hampel's property in southern Wisconsin, which backs up to Bray Road. And his property has been called the Skinwalker Ranch of Wisconsin. And we have had some very, very strange things happen down there with thermal and all of our cameras. We have a picture of, if you've watched Skinwalker Ranch in season 2, there's the helicopter's flying way up in the sky, and they said that the ground was 40 feet below it or something like that.
Yeah.
And on the camera, there's like this white half circle dome underneath it. So we have that exact thing on our camera from Lee Hampel's property. So our van is parked in the middle of the property, and this white half-circle dome is hovering behind our van. And all the equipment in the van started shutting off and powering down and going haywire at the exact same time that this object was hovering above our van. But it looks, you look at the helicopter picture and you look at our picture, this thing looks like the exact same object. So,
wow. That's amazing.
So what is like the history of this property? Like,
of Lee's property?
When did he start experiencing like this type of activity with the skinwalkers?
Yeah, well, so he's had if you read Linda Godfrey's book, he's mentioned in there quite a bit in the book. Monsters Among Us. Monsters Among Us is the book. Red cover, Monsters Among Us. And he's primarily featured a lot in that book, starts off the book, ends the book. And I don't remember offhand when he got the property, but he bought the property for it's just a huge hayfield with a barn on it. And he purchased it to grow hay for his horse farm down in Illinois. So he lives down in Illinois and just comes up here to harvest the hay. But all of his neighbors say, you have the dog man on your property, and he's like, oh, you're so full of it, whatever, And so one day he started having these weird occurrences on the property. He had dog footprints start in the middle of his hayfield and walk off into the woods. So they start from nowhere and they go off over a fence and then like into this very small patch of woods. He put out deer carcasses before the DNR told him he couldn't anymore. He had, I think, 7 of them at a time, and they would completely disappear off trail camera. So he'd put up trail cameras, they weren't there, and they would just disappear. So he tied the deer carcass to a tree, and it ripped the back leg off the deer, left the deer there, took the carcass, still not on trail camera. He decided to put a tracker on the deer. So he took an iPhone in a plastic bag, put it around the neck of the deer, and the deer disappeared and the tracker was left there. So
what?
Yeah, I mean, we talked to him for almost seven hours the first time that we went down there to investigate, and there's just amazing, bizarre, weird, everything from, again, UFOs to paranormal to EMF readings, all kinds of strange things, cameras malfunctioning. He has weird orbs of light recorded on the property as well. He calls them the galloping lights, and they're in his neighbor's cornfield, and they're like these 3 or 4 balls of light that kind of go like this through the woods, or not the woods, through the cornfield. And they're not cars, they're just in the cornfield. So yeah, I mean, we've been out there 3 times now to do investigations, and the first time, like I said, when we had that thing behind our car, we basically got chased out of there because whatever this thing was shut down all of our equipment, so if we're there to gather evidence in that, why stay? Because like if all your cameras, all your equipment's shut off, it's not working, you're not going to be able to capture anything that happens. And at this point, if whatever's shutting down your equipment, is it safe to stay there? So we packed up and hauled out of there and got all this stuff afterwards and that. But we had things like on the Ovilus, like Triangle Arrives, special hunting. So while all this stuff was happening, where the cameras were shutting down and everything, I turned around and I asked the Ovilus, "Are you doing this?" And it responded as aggression. And that's when that's pretty much when we packed up and left there.
You're like, okay, Dad, bye.
Yeah, that's enough. We're good. And then
unless it like killed your batteries on your cars or whatnot, and then you couldn't leave.
Exactly.
That's crazy. That would be crazy.
That definitely sounded like my second trip to Waverly Hills. So I understand that. Like when you get to that point, you're like, okay, it's time to be done. It's time to go, because you don't want to see what else still can happen.
Yep.
So, yeah. I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
going back to the Sasquatch and hunting and being in the woods and stuff, what type of protection do you bring, if you bring anything at all, to protect yourself, not from just Sasquatch or anything, but like from any wildlife? Do you bring any kind of protection, mace or anything like that?
When we first started, we used to carry hornet spray because it was cheap and easy to carry. It's very much like not bug spray, like bear spray. It shoots 25 feet. So you can spray hornet spray into like bear or something and get it to go away. It's a cheap version of able to carry. We stopped doing that for a while because we didn't really have any encounters with anything and we weren't going anywhere where we needed it and stuff. But then more recently, now that we've started encountering wolves and cougars in places where we've gone, we've started carrying, I have a 22 and Chris on our team also has a sidearm and stuff as well for protection. But I mean, it's not like we're not going out there to try and shoot anything or, hunt.
Right.
It's just more shoot it at the ground or something to try and scare things away, because 9 times out of 10, whatever's out there is just going to run. But we have gone out and found adult and baby cougar prints in the mud where we were working, and we backed out of there very quickly and left. And we've also come across a pack of wolves, not visually, but there's a difference between wolf howl and coyote howls. And we had just come out of this section of woods and we're packing up by the car, and a whole pack of wolves went off by us. And we're like, okay, well, it's definitely time to go now. So
it's time to go bye-bye now. Yeah. I'm done.
Hey, coyotes are one thing, those are just little guys, but the wolves, you don't want to mess with a pack of wolves. So
right.
No, you don't.
So
I'm good. Bye.
I have a question. As far as going out and looking for UFOs, what is something that you would tell somebody who's interested in starting out doing this?
We've always been asked, do we do UFOs and stuff like that? Do we follow up on that? And I said, if you have a UFO at your house and you see it go over your house and you call me and you say, hey, we just saw this, what do you expect me to do with that information? Right? Like, I put it on a map, I put a pinpoint, I mark it down, but it's not like I can come there and, look for evidence. It didn't land, it didn't leave anything. So it doesn't really do much. So our whole approach to the UFO topic is we started working on the CE5 method. So you go out, and CE5, for anybody that doesn't know, is close encounters of the fifth kind. It is self-induced extraterrestrial or interdimensional contact. You can do it by yourself or in a large group, and you do like these meditations where you project where you are out into the universe. You say, this is who I am, this is where I am, and if it's safe for you to do so, I'd like to have contact with you. So you go through this little ritual, you sit there and you say, I'm Barnaby, I'm in this city, this state, this country, this planet, and just kind of go out and show them visually as best you can as to where you are, and then pull it back to help them guide them in. And we've done a couple of these things, and each time we tend to get about at least one weird anomalous light sighting in the sky. So, and this is legitimate anomalous because we have a whole tape. We're the only group that everyone else comes out in lawn chairs and does this and just kind of relaxes and enjoys. We show up with the RV and 2 6-foot tables of equipment, of trackers and stuff like that. So we track everything from satellites, stars, airplanes, the International Space Station, all this stuff. We have maps that track all this. So at any given time, we can tell you what object it is in the sky, where it's moving and stuff. So when I say that whatever we found is anomalous, it is not on any of these trackers. And that doesn't mean that, it's not a satellite that's not being tracked or, it's something like that. But for the most part, anything that comes across, we're able to pinpoint down, aside from these oddball things. So,
another question following UFOs: have you heard more witnesses of UFOs during like super moons, full moons,
Mercury retrograde?
Not really. We get sightings. You can report your stuff to us at wisconsincaps.com. We have a whole form. You can do it anonymously, or you can give information. And we do get UFO reports once in a while, but I don't follow that kind of information on that stuff as much with the UFOs, because like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean as much to me because you can't go there and get evidence or collect data or anything from it.
Right.
It's just a pinpoint. So I don't know that I've noticed any kind of stuff like that. I have noticed like power lines, a lot of like the high power lines that run, a lot of sightings along those. There's one of those down in Burlington, Wisconsin, and you get a lot of that's where we said where we saw our UFO as well along those. But yeah, not too much data as far as that I'd say. So
interesting. So if you could go anywhere in the world, money is not an issue, transportation, all of that's not a big issue. Where would you want to go to investigate Bigfoot, Dogman, and the paranormal? What are your 3 locations for this?
I always wanted to go to Puerto Rico. Like I said, my favorite cryptid is the chupacabra. I want to go down to Puerto Rico and look for those things. I've heard some reports of like specific caves down there where they're supposed to live, and so I've been very interested in going to do that. So, but I haven't got there yet. So,
how about for paranormal? Where would you go?
I love zoos, and we actually were supposed to do season 2 of our show, or season 3, or yeah, we each were supposed to pick like a location that we wanted to investigate, and then we're going to try and do episodes based on that. And I wanted to do a whole episode on haunted zoos. So I have a whole list of them. We actually have a guest speaker at my convention coming that her whole presentation is on haunted zoos, museums, and amusement parks. And
wow.
There was a couple zoos on her list that I wasn't aware of, but Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago, haunted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Built over the whole cemeteries and stuff there. Yeah, that one is very, very cool. The National Zoo, or not National Zoo, the first zoo in Wisconsin, the first zoo in the United States, the Philadelphia Zoo, was featured on Ghost Hunters. That one is supposed to be very haunted as well.
Philadelphia is very haunted anyway, so anywhere you go in Philadelphia is haunted.
I got to go to the zoo, but I haven't investigated it. And I've always
I'm
wanted
the one that sneaks out the equipment at during the day and be like, "Is anyone here with me? Hello?" You know, I'll totally do it.
Another place that'd be very interesting, and we have written to them to see, but never gotten a response back, is House on the Rock.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting.
I've never heard that one.
Okay, House on the Rock is in Wisconsin. It's a tourist place, and there's no good way to describe it. It's the initial part is this house built on the side of a cliff. He built his house. What's his name? Alex.
Why would you do that?
Well, so the reason he did it was he was ticked off at no, I gotta think of the other guy's name. Taliesin, the guy that built Taliesin, Frank Lloyd Wright. And he was ticked off at him for building all these different buildings and stuff. So he wanted to outdo him. So he built this infinity spire, this long room that goes out over the edge of the cliff. And he built that. He built all this stuff, collected all these weird artifacts and everything. And it's very, very unique place, like nowhere else you've been. It's kind of like a museum, kind of like a haunted
house.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, it's a museum to celebrate.
I've never heard of that place.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
My team member Tiffany went out there 2 years ago.
Oh, is this the one in Wisconsin?
Yeah, House on the Rock.
Oh my God, I gotta get there.
He reached out to him and he hasn't heard back, but he wants to investigate there.
Oh my God, if you get in, let me know. Seriously, that would be badass. I've never been there.
It takes you an entire day to go through it as a tourist. Now think if you were trying to do an investigation, you'd need a week. You know,
you would need a week. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You would probably
I've never in my life been there. I want to go there.
It's that big.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's 3 buildings, like warehouse-sized buildings of stuff.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, it was
It's awesome.
featured. It has the world's largest carousel in there.
What?
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to describe it. There is a bigger than life-size whale sculpture that is being attacked by like a kraken that takes up like an entire like football stadium. So
That's
crap.
awesome.
Yeah,
I love
it's
Greek mythology
huge.
and shit like that, so that would be awesome to
Yeah,
see.
we've got to take the kids up there sometime. Jenny,
It is
you're tagging along.
Yeah.
3
Now I
floors.
kinda
You
wanna
go
go
up
see
and you go around the edge of this building and you look down at this big whale sculpture. It's huge.
That's
Huge.
crazy.
And you say, well, hell. Sorry.
Well, hell, man.
I got bad dad jokes.
Yeah, you do. You got a bad dad joke. That from you describing it, it sounds like how big like Crescent Sanitarium and prison is out in Pennsylvania, because that place has like buildings and buildings.
Mm.
So if I think correct, if I go and I compare the two, it's probably going to be about the same. Yeah.
If you think of any major museum that you've been to, multiply it by 3. So like the Field
Holy
Museum,
crap.
the Field Museum in Chicago, the Milwaukee Public Museum, any of those, if you multiply that by 3, that's about how big this place is. So it'll take
Dang.
you a full day.
So like 5 times MOA.
Yeah.
MOA is huge.
Well, yeah,
Probably
it's about that. If you went in every store to go through them, like as a museum display, if you went in every store and then the middle, yeah, that's a fair example. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I've
So-
never heard of it. Now I have to check it out.
Hey, so do you have a New Year's resolution since it's 2026 and we're kicking it off with you?
That's a good question.
I
I
know.
I'm working at doing. I'm working. Hang on.
Hairball.
Working on not. I'm working at not choking. That's what I'm working on right now.
Not dying
Like,
at
I'm
this
not-
point here. I got some water you need. So.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I'm working on doing more field research again, as opposed to less conventions. For the last couple of years, we've been doing so many paracons and conventions and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And focusing on getting back out and doing the research in the field and stuff. That's where we started, and then we just kind of got snowballed into more and more conventions and paracons and stuff, and it turned into, I'm spending every single weekend there, and I'm not doing the stuff. We're going all over the U.S. to all these really cool locations, from South Carolina to Ohio, Illinois, all these different states. And there's so many things around there to do that we're not getting to investigate anyway, because we're spending the whole day in the conference rooms. So we're
Right.
getting back out there and doing more of just the research. We're still doing conventions, but not every single weekend, every month. So
100%.
And reminder, you can come and see Barnaby at Obscura Paracon March 21st and 22nd in DeKalb, Illinois.
Well, you might run into me there.
You will see me.
go.
You will see me when you check in at the check-in desk. So you'll have to say hi to me. But I know you're bringing your display to the Paracon.
Ooh.
Tell people what they will experience and see at your booth at the Paracon.
I was not aware that I was bringing the big display.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. If you see him at other
I said,
Paracons,
ooh, I wanna see
other
something.
Paracons,
If you want the big display, I need a much bigger space. So you'll have to let me know. But yes, we do have a traveling exhibit that is all about Bigfoot on the Hide and Adventure property in Upper Michigan, and we had that down at Silcon in Illinois, and I think that's what you're talking about. But that's a
Yeah.
big 10 by 10 space that sets up
yeah,
in.
that's big.
So we don't bring that to every event, but yeah, we have merchandise, we have hats, we have t-shirts and all kinds of stuff for caps, and then we sell all kinds of like cryptid patches, figurines, and metal signs, paranormal equipment, all kinds of stuff that we have. So
Will you teach people how to howl like a Yeti?
yeah, okay. I'm
and
really
Tom-
surprised for all the events that we've done. Most people don't want to do that. We say, okay, does anybody want to try it? And they're like, no, I can't. So I always end up doing it anyway. I had one hike that we did for a Paracon, and I had this older lady come out, and I said, does anybody want to do this? And she said, yeah, I'll try it. And I said, okay, well, this is what I want to try, because the lung capacity on Bigfoot are so much more than a typical person. We can't howl as long as they can. So we stood back to back, and I started the howl. She came in, and as I faded out, she kept going. So we were able to modulate this longer howl, and we got a response.
Wow.
That would be cool.
Shout out to Granny.
Granny got some power lungs.
Yep.
Have you ever used like a death whistle? Those whistles that are called the death whistles on any of your
death whistles? No.
Have you got anything?
I haven't gotten one. I want to. I saw one at a Paracon, but they weren't selling them, so I was a little disappointed.
I want one so bad too.
Yeah.
They're awesome, dude. Scare the hell out of the kids.
Chris and Kelly Moon, that does Traveler's Moon, he bought one at a Paracon and decided to blow it at the Paracon.
You probably jumped out of your chair.
Yeah. He did it outside. We could hear it inside the building. I'm like, whatever's making that noise needs to stop now, because that is driving me a little nuts. And I'm like, now I kind of want to buy one just to piss my husband off.
I have been on an expedition where they have tried whale songs out in the woods. Ooh. And that was really interesting. We didn't get anything that night, but it was very interesting because I knew they had done that before, and I knew that they were going to try it, but I wasn't with that part of I was like a couple 100 feet away in a different part of the woods where they were down the trail, and they started playing. I'm like, what is that noise? And I was like, oh, those are the whale calls. But it was really creepy hearing that out in the woods. And it's something that, like, why would a Bigfoot come by us, right? So if you're happy, healthy, fed, and content out in the woods, we're basically their entertainment. So anytime that you can be unique, play music, or do something that isn't typical out in the woods, it's gonna pique their curiosity. So here we are playing whale songs out in the woods. We've also tried singing bowls and hand drums out in the woods.
Oh, the tongue drums? Yeah.
It kind of like looks like a big M&M with the tiles on it. Yeah. And so we've tried those. And I don't remember that we've ever gotten anything off of that specifically, but it's definitely something to try. And I know that other people have gotten responses from things like that, especially like the singing bowls and stuff out in the woods. It just draws attention.
Well,
so
you can say the same thing with using that type of stuff on paranormal investigations, because these spirits see the same things, same questions over and over with all these people coming through the haunted locations. Like, how did you die? What is your name? What is your age? But if you do something unique, it usually spikes that activity. Like, oh, these people aren't like the people that came in the night before. It gets them interested, and that's when you can experience like the best activities, because you're doing something different.
It's also possibly less aggressive. When we're doing the howls and the tree knocks and all that stuff, we don't know what we're actually trying to communicate. We don't know what that stuff means. So we don't know if we're like, hey, get the heck out of our territory. This is a show of aggression or something. But if you're playing a whale song, well, I highly doubt most Bigfoots have heard a whale, so they're probably not going to take that as a sign of aggression.
They're probably like, what is that? I want to find out what that is.
So, yeah.
Like, I want to know what that is now. Let's go see what these people are doing, or these things are doing. Let's go see. But yeah. So where can people find your podcast? Where can people find caps and the information for your upcoming event?
Absolutely. Wisconsin, all spelled out, Wisconsin CAPS, CAPS, Cryptids, Anomalies, and the Paranormal Society. All of our information, all of our links are at wisconsincaps.com. You can find us on all social networking platforms from X, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have a Patreon page. We have TikTok. Yep. So we have, and Blue Sky. I forgot that one too. We are on all the social networking platforms, and we are Wisconsin Caps on all of them, or WI Caps on Instagram. You can find my podcast Mondays live on the Untold Radio Network on YouTube or on any audio platform. And then the Paranormal Spectrum is every Thursday. New episodes drop on the Untold Radio Network as well, and that's on all your Spotify and all of your anywhere that you get podcasts. You can get either one of these, and they're part of the Untold Radio Network. So you're not just going to find mine, but you're going to find a whole bunch of other shows that are cryptids and paranormal and stuff as well. So
that's awesome, and you will hear my voice on his paranormal podcast very shortly.
Yep, coming up
very soon. Talking
so is
all
Larry.
about
Larry Eisler is going to be on as well very soon too.
Oh, of course, yes. You gotta get Larry on. That guy is amazing. He has so much knowledge. Like last year, I think we did like, I want to say close to 20 investigations together. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how you can go through all this footage that you're filming and everything. And he's writing a book I'm like, dude, I want to know. I want to read this book because all of the investigations we did last year is making it into the book somehow. I'm like, do I get a copy of this? Because I brought you on all these investigations. But I'm like, we went to some of the most haunted places in the U.S. and it was crazy. So I love Larry. He's like an older brother to me. He's amazing.
Larry,
that guy is easy.
Larry.
He's busy though. I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm busy, but then you take Larry and he goes above that. I'm like, dude, yeah. I can't do what he does.
No, so I'm thinking me and Tom are going to be out in Wisconsin on Friday, the 8th.
Very cool.
And
I might have to come out.
And we'll definitely be there at the Obscura event.
Yes.
Before we go to our little thing. So
we can't wait to meet you.
Oh yeah, dude. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be like,
and I'll be like, why is that guy screaming over there?
I'll be like,
death whistle coming from this end of the building, and yeah.
Oh my god. Derek, you could be like Santiago Cirillo, who comes into any event he does, and he goes, hiya. All I'm like, funny. Dude, if he's in the building, anywhere you are in that building, you will hear him. You're gonna be the same way I'm feeling.
Yep.
So it's okay.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I definitely can't wait to meet you, man. I can't wait. I hope that we can get out to this excursion. I'm gonna call it. I call it. But,
and we definitely are going to be hitting up that
the haunted strip club.
Yeah, we got to do the strip club. We got to do the strip club.
You're going to be getting like, what is that? I think I see a nipple. Sorry.
What?
It's just tearing a shirt off again.
Oh God. Everyone come out to Obscura Paracon March 21st and 22nd to meet Barnaby Jones. And are you bringing some of your crew with you, or is it just going to be you?
I think Ma's the only one coming down to that one. So
come out, meet him.
She's definitely looking forward to it because it's in a castle. So.
Oh, yeah. The castle is amazing. Like, if you have not been yet, it is a gorgeous location. When you walk in and see the staircase, it's when I first saw it 5 years ago, I was like, and this is a college, a university? What?
Hogwarts.
But it's very haunted. Like, you will see things, you will hear things. Yeah. But yeah, the castle is amazing. I'm excited to be back there. He found the right place, that's for sure, when he started looking for locations to host his events. the castle came about. But it is March 21st and 22nd, 11 to 7 Saturday, and I believe 11 to 6 on Sunday. So come out, see Barnaby, see the other special guests, check out the vendors, do the lectures, do the workshops. What will you be talking about? I haven't talked really about what lectures are happening yet.
Pretty sure I'm doing Cryptozoology 101, which is a basic scientific rundown of a lot of the creatures that have been discovered by modern science, things like the lowland gorilla, the okapi, and some of the other animals. We talk about the bonobos as well, to give you an idea of things that science has actually discovered that were once considered cryptids. And then we talk about animals that have gone extinct and talk about how they might still exist, like the thylacine and some of those things. And then we get into more of things like the cryptids as far as like the Bigfoot and lake monsters and how they could possibly still be relic populations of certain species, and the science that's going on behind discovering or rediscovering them. So
awesome. Well, I'm excited for you to be at the event. I know when Willie said he wanted someone with cryptozoology, your name came right about in my head. I was like, we just saw him at SilCon, Barnaby. Like, that is the person to contact. He's
That's cool.
local. He knows a lot. He's very good. I'm like, Barnaby, contact Barnaby. Get him in. And I'm glad that we were able to get you into the Paracon. So
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
So
definitely learned new stuff from you tonight too. So
Yeah, very educational. I love it. I'm excited and just sitting here thinking about it. Like, damn, dude, I got to get out to one of these. I've got to, I mean, get out, in nature and,
he's not a nature guy.
No, I'm not. I'll have my bug suit on with like freaking 5 cans of bug spray, and I'll have my hat.
So you can be like
more than that.
So you could be like Christopher Jensen, who has like this whole like bat suit, like with the crazy hat and everything to protect him from bats.
I won't have my bat deflector. I'll have my mat deflector.
Mm-hmm. So he wore that at Overthrow in June, and I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's walking around this big prison with this big bat hat and everything. I'm like, "Well, I hope it protects you." And he's like, "I never saw a bat." I'm like, "Well, you're lucky because I saw that all night long at OSR." But thank you again, Barnaby. We are super excited to have you part of the Paracon coming up on March 21st and 22nd, and we will see you there.
Sounds good. See you there. Look forward to meeting all of you in person.
Yeah, you too, man. Good talking to you.
See you there.
Have a good night.
You too.
So next Sunday, let me pull my calendar up here. I was charging my phone, so I had it up. Next Sunday, we have, let's see, Salem Witchboard Museum. So the Witchboard Ouija Board Museum of Salem the owner will be on talking with us. So I'm super excited to have that. Because I plan to go to Salem in September before it gets crazy Halloween time,
Yeah.
And I want to check it out. Like, I've heard this place is extremely haunted, and I want to say, I thought I saw somewhere about 500 plus Ouija boards.
Holy shit.
Wow.
So that's crazy. And then the following weekend, we have Dale. I always pronounce his last name wrong, so I'm just gonna say Dale K. I can never say yes, Kazmarek. Sorry, thank you. So on the 15th we have him, and then the following weekend is Wendy Rowe, who is an author. She writes about different haunted locations. So we'll be talking about the haunted Juliet prison out in Illinois. And then the following weekend, I'm super excited. He has not been doing interviews for a long time since he got sick. And before he got sick, he wasn't doing interviews. But we will have Chris Fleming on. I'm super excited because Chris was one of the first people I met in the paranormal field in 2010, 10, 11. Super excited to have him on. He is a psychic medium. You've seen him on Psychic Kids. You've seen him on Help, My House is Haunted, I believe. The Lizzie Borden course documentary with Dave Schrader, he was, and Sam Beltristis, he was on. And he does a really cool thing called spirit art or spirit reading or spirit art medium readings, which he'll use watercolors and paint the messages that he gets through his readings of your spirit guides.
What up, Alfredo?
Huh?
I said, what up, Alfredo?
Oh, somebody in the chat.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we will have Josh Purvis in February. We will have Amelia Cutter in February. We'll have Tony in March. And then it leads right up to the Paracon. Like,
Nice.
it's crazy. And I'm trying to work out to get Dave Schrader on the show sometime. That will be a special night type of thing because he hosts his own podcast on Sunday nights. So I told him basically, I'm like, give me a date, give me a time. If it's after 6 or 7 p.m., give me a date, give me a time. I will be there. We will make it possible. Because he is crazy. He's a crazy busy man, and he just bought the promo house here up in Minnesota. So he's just added to his crazy craziness a little bit with owning a haunted location now.
Speaking of,
he just bought that.
We don't own this haunted location, but just wanted to shout it out there again. And for those that don't know, Sanctum of Souls, as of January 1st, has dropped prices. This is a special pricing. It started January 1st and it goes through January 30th. So weekday pricing is now $100 from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Monday through Thursday. $50 deposit to secure the date, $50 due upon arrival. And then on Friday through Sunday is now $150. So it's a $75 deposit and $75 due upon arrival. We currently have 2 dates that have already been booked. So the 13th and the 14th is out. So make sure that you guys get your dates booked before the special is done and over with, guys. Okay.
I guess I have to book my date, but I'm only coming down April 1st. So
I want to book. How do I get in?
Yeah, how do we book?
That's easy. You just talk to me. Well, you will be talking to me. I handle all the booking. So whether you choose to message Sanctum of Souls, you're going to be talking to me, or you can message me on my Facebook page personally, Alicia Michelle McFadden, and I'll get you set up.
Nice.
Awesome. So we will see everyone back here next Sunday, same time, same place, talking about Ouija boards, talking boards, all that fun stuff that, we're always told not to touch, not to play with. It can open to bad things. So we'll go through the myths. We'll go through the facts. We'll go through the history.
And I'll throw in some bad dad jokes too. So we'll do that too.
Alicia will be good at that. So she will always offer that each show. But we will see you guys today at 8 p.m. Central.